Hey, thank you, thank you. Glenn Davis from the heartland of America, Lenexa, Kansas. And today I'm going to give a lesson on how to play a Eurythmics song called Sweet Dreams Are Made of These. And it has a real easy riff, very popular riff. As soon as you hear it, it's really recognizable. And so we're going to go over the riff, and I'll go over all the chords and a couple other parts that I play on guitar. And actually there's very little guitar, you know, the riff is being played by a synthesizer and not a guitar, but since we don't have one in them, we're going to have to do it on the guitar. But once I show you, you'll see how easy this is. And so I'm going to pull the camera up and give you a lesson on that. And then after, though, if you stick around till the end, I always wear this shirt that I'm real proud of, but, whoops, wrong button there, because it has our state motto on the top and everything. And I'm going to tell the true story of how I got this shirt. It was, you know, given to me by the governor in a contest they had, and I'm going to tell you all about that at the end of the video if you stick around, or you can fast forward if that's all you really want to hear. But let me pull the camera up now and give you the lesson on how to play it. Thank you. Okay, let's go over this lesson real quickly, and it will be a pretty quick lesson because it's there's really not much to this song. It's in the key of C minor. That's where I noodled a little bit on C minor right before I started playing the riff, just to show you if you want to add any fills or solos, it's really easy. Just anything on a C minor or pentatonic is gonna fit. So have fun with that one. Now, it's in the key of C minor, but a normal C minor progression, you would go C minor, B flat, A flat, G. And I won't go over any, but you know there's a million songs with that C minor progression in it. But what they do is they leave the B flat out, so they hit. Then they hit the C minor again, and then finally A flat and G. So the chords to the song, it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's all there is to it. Now the riff that goes with it is really mostly an arpeggio right over the notes that are in the chords. So when you hear, it's just the C minor here, and they're hitting these notes. The E, the D string, so it's the E string, D string, G string, and then back up to the D string. So it's, but I play with my fingers, just out of habit, I guess. Like that. Now, when you move down, again, that was for 4 beats. 2 beats in the A flat, they're doing about the same thing. It's still an arpeggio, and it's just the E string. Oh, excuse me, the E string is twice, the D string is once, and the G string is once. So it's, so the first 2 together are, or, and then for the last one, when you're on the G, it starts out with the arpeggio because it hits the G, the E string on the 3rd fret, then it's the down here, just like you were going, but you don't hit it twice. This time you just do it once. And then we go down, and here's where it's no longer an arpeggio. We go to the G string and hit it on the 3rd fret and then the 5th fret. So it's, so all together it's, and that's all they're doing. So now you know the chords for most of the song. And you know, it sings through like, sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Follow the root and the 7 C's. Everybody looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to be used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused. Okay, I'm just showing you how to play the chords. I know I'm not a singer, but you know, I do the best I can. In fact, I'd like to play that, but I could never sing and play the riff at the same time. That's why I strum the chords. So that's most of the chords. Now, what happens here at the end of one of them, it goes back to the A flat, to the G, then a C minor, and then an F, then back to the A flat, and a G, and then it starts up again. And then going into another verse, then the song goes back where they do this one more time, the A flat, G, C minor, F, A flat, G. And then they go to this part that goes a C minor and an F. And they're kind of like talking and singing, and it's like, raise your head up, moving on, raise your head up, moving on, raise your head up, moving on, raise your head up. And it does that 4 times, and at the end of the 4th time, when you're on the F, is where this little, I think they do it with string instruments, but we're going to do it with a guitar. It goes just like that, 7 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can you see that? I'm starting here on the G string, 3rd fret, to the 5th, then I get down to the B string on the 4th fret, and then back up to the G and go. Now the timing is the first 6 notes are played while you're still on the F chord, and the last one gets hit right when it goes back to the C minor. It goes into, you're holding that one, so that's, and then it slides up and goes, that's the second part of it. So you just slide up to the 8th fret on the G string, then you go to 10th fret, then the B string, back to the G, and then up to the D. So that's what's played there. And then in a little while, you'll hear them go. Again, I started on the 8th fret of the B, went to the E string, and then it's kind of tricky because the first beat happens, and then on the second beat it comes in and goes. It's almost like they could have went, instead of 4 notes, with 5 notes and went. So it's a little hard to get the timing in there until you get it down. You see you're skipping the first beat. But it starts on the 14th fret, 13th fret, and 11th fret of the E string, and then we go up to the 14th of the B. So yeah, that's, told you it was simple. That's pretty much the whole song. Let me see. You know the riff, you know the chords, you know the chords in between, and the little part that's probably done with a violin or something, but you can play it on a guitar with. Could play it up here too. Anyway, but the notes won't change. It's just do it an octave higher. To make this a little more entertaining, I'm going to tell you a story. Have you heard about the man who swallowed the frog? They said he's probably going to croak. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Since you did so much, I know you all like math jokes. So. No, math jokes are okay. Yeah, so this is sort of like a math joke. There was a sheep farmer, and the sheep farmer's dog comes over and starts talking to him, and the dog says to the farmer, well, I did what you wanted me to do. I herded up all of your sheep, and I put all 70 of your sheep down in the south pasture. And the farmer goes, well, I don't have 70 sheep. I only have 68 sheep. And the dog says, yeah, I know. I just rounded them up. Yeah, that's a, get it, rounded them up? Yeah, that's a thinking man's joke. Anyway, let me reposition the camera a little back again here. I was going to tell you how I got this shirt, the true story behind it. And what happened a few years ago, the governor of Kansas wanted to identify the smartest person in Kansas. So, no, that really happened. Yeah, that's how it started, with this contest to identify the smartest person in Kansas. And so I thought I would enter it, and no, I think I had a chance to win. Anyways, after 3 days of competition, they keep asking us questions, and if you miss a question, you're eliminated. And then, wouldn't you know it, after 3 days, there's only 3 of us left, and they called us the finalists, and I'm one of them in the finals. So the first thing the governor does, she calls us up on this stage, and that's where they're going to ask us the final questions. But she tells us, now these questions you're going to get in this round now, since there's only 3 of you left, we got to make them a lot harder than the questions you had earlier. And, yeah, that was going to be tough. But 2 of you will get eliminated, and 1 of you will go on with the title of smartest man in Kansas, and you get to wear this shirt. So she said, now listen very carefully, because what you're going to have to do, your question's going to be on the human anatomy. And, I thought that sounded pretty hard myself. Just for my subscribers there, human anatomy, that means on the human body. I thought you'd like me explaining that to you. Anyway, so she goes, here's the question you're all going to have. It's the same one. She says, you have to be able to repeat exactly what I'm saying. This is my wrist, this is my elbow, and this is my shoulder. You got it? And everybody, we shook our heads, yes. And the first guy jumps up, he says, I can do it, I can do it. He says, this is my shoulder, this is my wrist, and this is my elbow. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. She goes, that's not right. You're out of the competition. So the second guy goes up and says, no, I can do it. I know I'm able to do that. So he goes and he says, this is my wrist, this is my elbow, and this is another elbow. And she says, no, that was a good try, but you got it wrong. And then she comes to me and she says, well, it's your chance. You can win it if you can get it right. But I was a little smarter. I said, well, let me hear you repeat it one more time. And she goes, okay. She goes, this is my wrist, this is my elbow, and this is my shoulder. I said, that's simple. I hold out my arm. I say, this is my wrist, this is my elbow, and this is my shoulder. Yeah, I got it right. So she says congratulations, and she awarded me this shirt. And I'm heading off the stage, but before I get off, she interrupts me. She says, just 1 minute, Glenn. That's a lot of information. Can you tell me how you remember that much information? And I said, sure. I keep it all up here in my ass. So that's how I got this shirt, and I hope you all have a nice day and be nice to everybody.